My name is Jordan Lee, 29 years old, and I work as an accountant in the finance department of a massive retail company called Meridian and Company. If you've ever stepped inside a corporate finance office, you know it's not about truth or money. It's about silence. The quieter you are, the longer you last. When I first joined, my supervisor, Tom, gave me what he thought was wisdom. Here, he said, we don't make noise, we make numbers make sense. I should have recognized that as a warning instead of advice. It started small. A short email from payroll. Jordan, could you correct the overtime discrepancy? Just carry the extra hours to next month's report. Simple enough. Except the extra was over 1,300 unpaid hours from warehouse workers pulling double shifts during the holiday season. I brought up with HR, Melinda, the manager, smiled in that rehearsed way people do when they're lying but can't say so outright. Oh, that's just a rounding error. It'll balance next month. Which, of course, meant drop it. But I didn't. I compared 3 months of payroll data with attendance logs. Every week, hours capped at 40, no matter how many were actually worked. Overtime vanished into thin air. I thought maybe the system was malfunctioning, until I found manual edits, each one marked with HR login credentials. This wasn't a bug. It was deliberate. I compiled everything, screenshots, timestamps, access logs, and sent the full report to Tom and HR. Their reply was short and rehearsed. Jordan, we appreciate your diligence. Let's not complicate things. Please delete your draft and keep this internal. That was the moment I realized the system wasn't broken. It was designed that way. By the next morning, my access to payroll was accidentally revoked. My desk was reassigned, and meeting invites started disappearing from my calendar. Then HR called me in for a performance review. Melinda sat across from me with that same frozen smile. Jordan, you're crossing boundaries. Your job isn't to investigate. I leaned forward. My job is numbers. And these numbers point straight to theft. Her smile faltered for just a second. You're being emotional, and that's unprofessional. That word, professional, always gets thrown around when someone's trying to hide behind ethics they don't actually have. I didn't argue. I didn't need to. I had something better. Proof. What they didn't know was that deleted overtime data still existed in an old system backup no one had bothered to secure. Over 2 nights, I rebuilt the real payroll record line by line. By the 3rd night, I had the evidence that could sink the entire department. Before leaving that Friday, I printed 3 copies. One for myself, one for the external auditors visiting next week, and one for the board's ethics inbox. Monday arrived, and the air in the office felt heavier than usual, like the calm before a storm. The auditors came early, asking for payroll samples. HR confidently handed over their clean files, but the auditors already had mine. An hour later, Tom came charging into my cubicle, red-faced. What did you send them? The truth, I said. You should try it sometime. By noon, the executive conference room was locked down. Finance, HR, and legal huddled behind closed doors, while rumors spread faster than the coffee machine could brew. At 3 o'clock, an all-staff email went out. Effective immediately, the HR department is under internal review pending external investigation. By 5, Tom's office was empty. Over the next few weeks, word spread quietly. Melinda resigned to pursue other opportunities. 2 senior managers were dismissed for ethical violations. No announcements, no apologies, just corporate silence. A month later, the CFO called me in. You caused a storm, he said flatly, but maybe this company needed one. He slid an envelope across the desk. Inside, a promotion letter, senior audit specialist. More pay, more authority, more responsibility to make sure no one buries the truth again. Sometimes I pass the HR floor and see new faces behind those desks, smiling the same rehearsed smiles. But I know the system doesn't lie anymore because I audit myself every quarter. When new hires whisper that payroll seems unusually strict these days, I just smile. They don't know it's because one person decided not to stay quiet. They underestimated me once. thought my obsession with precision made me harmless. But when the truth came out, when the board saw the millions in unpaid wages, it wasn't just the numbers that collapsed. It was the empire built on silence. All I did was make the numbers right.